All right. So I like to tell people right now, like this is going to be huge. So the number one area you should focus if you're looking for opportunities in this market is not the what, it's the who. Who is having challenges right now? We all know from a real estate perspective, your goal is to look for these opportunities for people who have to sell, have to exit their opportunities, right? So, like for Bell Capital, we look for fund managers and syndicators who are at the end of their fund cycle and they have to exit the deal. I said they got in 5 years ago. They bought in 2018. Now they have to either one, they got to refinance their assets, recapitalize, pay their investors back. Their investors are not me and you. Their investors are CalPERS, Guardian Life. Their investors are J.P. Morgan. Their investors are Goldman Sachs. Their investors are big institutional banks, the elite. They're not us. They have to sell. It is time to give those people their money back. So when I'm looking at a deal, I'm like talking to brokers and I'm like, what is the reason why they're coming to market? Why now? Now is not the best time to exit, right? And they'll say, hey, their debt's up. They have a loan maturing right now, so they're coming to market today. Like they have 3 months, 6 months left, 4 months left on their debt. They got to come to market. They're exiting the market now. That's an opportunity. That's a who opportunity, not a what opportunity. It's not the property. You can look at better assets now when you couldn't do it before. Like I could never get access to these deals before. I didn't know the brokers, didn't know the assets, didn't know the players. Now these players are strangled out. They have to come to market and sell, or they got to refinance and take some loss, right? So there's the opportunity there. It's not what, it's who, or it's who, not what. So if you're looking to invest money. You want to invest money in a higher quality deal right now because the higher quality players, the big players, the institutional banks, the institutional investors, they're the ones who are in this crunch right now. It's not the mom and pops. The mom and pops are feeling the pinch, but they're not in a crunch. That's a huge difference. So our opportunity is really sitting up on the top of this correction, right? There's a capital correction. There's $2 trillion worth of commercial debt. That's why this guy's getting in it. Bill Ackman, before they used to call them like corporate raiders, but technically they call themselves activists, meaning they buy companies and activate profit margin. So like never before has this opportunity presented itself for guys like myself and women like yourself. If you're a woman, like these are the opportunities in the marketplace we can capitalize on because who is going through this correction is more important than what is happening in the marketplace. But if you're going to look at the what, $2 trillion worth of debt maturing right now over this next few years, which means 2025, 2026, 2027, and oh, by the way, just stated 2028 is on the chopping block for a lot of new things coming. So with these big companies, Blackstone, Goldman Sachs, J.P. Morgan, some of these other bigger players out there, if their assets are changing hands currently right now, that's never happened. They didn't have to do that. If they have to change hands, that is the wealth transfer that everyone's talking about. It's not your grandma leaving you some property or your grandpa leaving you property. It is the wealthiest of the wealthy now needing to transfer those assets that normally were never going to be available, and we can jump together collectively to be able to do that if we were to come together and do it. Most people are, oh, I gotta own my own deal, Vic. I don't want to invest money. I gotta have it myself because your grandma, your grandpa, your mom, and your dad told you don't partner with people. Partners are bad. They're gonna screw you over. That is not true. The problem with partners is you don't have enough partners. You need 100 partners on a deal. That protects your capital. You don't need one or two, right? So anyways, don't get me on a tangent on that because I like that is huge. That was the biggest mistake I've had in my life. Not enough partners in a deal, which means you got to go bigger. The pie has to be big enough to be carved up to feed everybody, right? I want to make me and my investors money, not just me, or not just me and one person. Like that doesn't work.